Welcome to Not Like This. Not Like This. From professional wrestling, horror films, and everything in between. Strap in. And now your hosts, Dale Zawada and Jim Snedeker Jr.
Welcome to Not Like This. I'm Dale Zawada with Jim Snedeker Jr. Jim, how you doing?
Good. Had a nice long weekend.
Oh, yeah. 3-day, huh? You have a little 3-day?
Had a little 3-day. And, man, I'm tired.
Yeah, I had to work. So you tell me how fucking tired you are. I want to hear how tired and beat you are. What were you doing that's got you so tired?
I ate a lot. I ate so much, I'm tired.
All right. Let's get to plugs here. This was a good show.
I played baseball yesterday with the boy. I had an awesome weekend. So my in-laws have a trailer that I've talked about before that's on a lake, like a series of lakes. I didn't go there. But Teddy didn't want to go there either. He's my 11-year-old. He's the older one. So it was just me and Teddy all weekend and the dog. So it was awesome. So Friday we got some pizza, and then Saturday we watched John Wick 2, and we got KFC because it's terrible. No one else likes it, but we like it. And then yesterday on Sunday we went to my uncle's house, which it used to be my grandma and grandpa's house, and now they're both dead. So I still want to call it that, but it's really not that anymore, but it doesn't matter. It's all schematics. But we went out there, and he's at the age now where he actually is like interested to hear these, like, so what was it like back a million years ago when you were a little kid?
In those, what were they? The 1990s?
Yeah, so and we played some, not baseball, not a game, but we would pitch to each other and hit to each other and stuff. So he got to go out there and partake in all that to its full glory, because now he's 11. So he's hitting and catching and throwing and running. And I hit a home run. That was nice.
Did you pimp it?
No.
Did you take a couple steps like let me run these bases that don't exist?
No.
Strut.
No, they were there. The bases
and you're like,
were there.
Go get it, son. Go get it, champ.
It was just fun because we always just throw it up and hit it to each other. It's hard to throw it up and hit a home run. You can't get everything on it. I almost hit a ball onto the expressway, though. That would have been really fun for somebody.
Somebody would have loved that.
Somebody would have just enjoyed it. Yeah. It was great. So he hit a ball into these bushes behind my grandma's house, and then we were looking for the ball. While we were looking for it, we found a ball that, who knows when we hit it into those bushes. It was just like thread. Like the outer cover was gone and the thread was just like rotting away, wrapped around the core. The little cork or whatever's in the middle.
The planet core.
So who knows when we hit that back there. That was fun to find. And we walked past the old Seton High School.
That was the girls' one, right?
Yep, and then they were grasping at straws at the end, scratching and clawing to stay alive, and made it co-ed for the last couple years or something.
I remember that. I wanted to go there. I was like, can I transfer there?
It was, man, I don't remember when they went out of business, but it's been probably 15 years or so, and it's just been abandoned. They just left. It looks like some sort of zombie world because... there's still furniture in there. There's like chairs and stuff. It looks, everything's in there.
Every city has one of those.
And there's just trees like growing in the middle of the hallways and stuff.
Every town has an Elm Street.
Yeah, this is that. Teddy was like, man, it's weird. You look in there, it looks like it's in the upside down or something. Like, yeah, don't say that now. I'm scared. I'm playing baseball.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Tinley Park has one of those, except for it's not an abandoned high school. It is an abandoned mental asylum. So it's real scary.
Hold on.
And it's like a circular design, so it's even weirder. And let's make it a tad spookier here. Long abandoned, so the city was like, let's use it to hold, I don't know, toxic waste. And so now they're
What could go wrong?
Yeah, so if that's not a premise for a movie, I don't fucking know what is.
Never seen a movie in their lives, I guess.
Yeah. But they're thinking about cleaning it up and using the property, which would be great.
Yeah, so what you meant to say by asylum is mental health care facility.
Yes, mental
health
care.
God damn it, we can't call it an asylum. It's a mental care facility.
It's an asylum match. That'd be kind of cool.
We store toxic waste in there.
Yeah, legit.
I think that was so in the 80s, Reagan's administration cut a ton of funding for like mental care,
Yep. And that's why we have homeless problems.
Right. So those places just closed. And they're like, what about the people? Like, well, just bye. Push them out that way.
See those streets? That's where they're at. Good job, Reagan. You fucking asshole. I hope you hear this. Ronald Reagan. See it? He's long dead, right? He's one of the dead ones.
Oh, yeah. He's been dead for
you
a while. 20 years.
Dead asshole.
He's been dead for a minute. And then
he's lucky because I'm coming after him. So he's lucky. Ronnie.
He should be lucky. You don't want maximum pain coming after you, giving you that Death Valley driver collar breaker.
Mm-hmm. I'll go to the little mental asylum, get all toxified real quick, and then go Toxic Avenger on these motherfuckers.
Store toxic waste there.
They do. It's nuts.
Yeah, because there's got to be bodies out there somewhere.
And they've got so many cameras outside that joint. Because some kids were like, let's go to the... No, you will not. The cops will be there in a heartbeat.
Do you remember Bachelor's Grove growing up? That it was like a little cemetery and...
Yeah, I was there like 2 years ago taking photographs.
Yeah, that was always a place where, like, you're not supposed to go there. We got to go. It's an old haunted cemetery by a forest preserve.
Disgrace for the baby. And you want to leave gifts for the baby or the mommy's going to come after you. And there's like offerings left and right on these this headstone. It was pretty creepy. It was pretty scary.
It sounds creepy. We never found it. We got lost.
I left an offering. I was like, I'm not trying to die, though. So here's a stick of gum.
You know when you first start driving and your world map is like really small? Like everything else is blacked out on the world map. And you're like, I don't know. I know like this place is by my house and this place is farther away than my house. And we were like driving around aimlessly. Like, it's got to be right over here somewhere. There's woods.
I swear, MapQuest said it was right over.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that was it. Yep, we saw it. I think that was it. Bye. Axman's Bridge was another place that I think that was out in like Grant Park, Illinois. So further south than Beecher.
I've never seen that one.
It was like a little farm road and there's some trees. There's like some hills and some trees. And then there's like a bridge that goes over a little creek. And that was Axman's Bridge. And if you get out and you say Axe deodorant 3 times, I don't remember what it was. There was some little tale to go with it. We actually made it to that one, though. Or we thought we did. We don't know. We went over like 3 or 4 bridges.
You're like, there was a guy with an axe? I assumed it was the Axeman.
We're all dead, so I think we found it. What was creepy, though, is we're going to this scary little local haunt. I like those, by the way, too. I think every town needs to have those, and every kid needs to go looking for them at some point.
Every town has a haunt. That's one of my favorite lines. What is that from? Is that part 2? Every town has an Elm Street.
Huh.
Siri.
It's a good question because
settle down, bitch.
It's not one because they're in that town. I don't think is that Freddy's Dead?
It might be.
Where she's like, I live in California now, or like they're not in Springwood. And they're like, well, you can't get us. We're not even in Springwood. And he's like, it is now.
Yeah, it is Freddy's Dead,
Okay.
which makes sense because I did watch that like 2 weeks ago, so it's still in my brain.
Damn, I got it.
Every
Yes.
town has an elf. It's a killer line too. I do
Yeah.
love that. Because it's like, well, I mean, if we're not in Springwood, it doesn't matter. No, he's like, no, fuck you. Every town has. He just turns into Vince. Every town has an Elm Street.
So we're on the way to Axman's Bridge. We're on 394. Speed limit's, it's like 65 miles an hour or something. We're hauling ass. We're in high school. So not a ton of driving hours under the belt, and we had to take my friend's parents' van because we wouldn't all fit in the car. So we're in the van.
This is Freddy's Dead now.
It's kind of new. He's not great at driving the van. It's okay. He's doing okay. And we're in the left lane on 394, and this deer just pokes his little head out. So we're talking about Axman's Bridge, and it's very creepy. And then we just decapitate this deer. Bam! We're like, oh my God, what the fuck was that?
Wait, hang on. So you're driving left lane.
Uh-huh.
Deer peeks its head out?
Yeah, so like in the middle, it's like two lanes, and the median's just grass in the middle. So this deer is like, trying to cross over. And
He's trying to do it right. He's looking both ways.
Head sticks out, slam, gone. Just like dust.
Ooh, like Hereditary. Spoilers for Hereditary.
Yeah, and there was a little bit of fur on the bumper, and that was it, which was weird because this deer's head was gone.
We didn't say shit about anybody.
No, we did the old, you think they'll notice? Let's all look. No, I don't think so. I think you're good. Meanwhile, we're like, fuck if they do. Like, it's not my parents' van. No, I think we're good, buddy. Don't worry about it. Axman's Bridge.
The X-Man cometh. I heard he comes at midnight.
Every
And he drags his axe, and you can hear it scraping. He's right behind you, X-Men.
It was one of those tales like that, yeah.
I love them. I love those. Give me. You know what I've never done, and I would love to do? A campfire freestyle ghost story event. Now we grew up with fucking the Nickelodeon show. Why are you afraid of the? Hey, why are you afraid?
Are you afraid of the dark?
Why are you afraid of the dark?
Hey, what are you scared about? Hey, what's she screaming for in the dark?
At every show in that age bracket, every movie, there's always this ghost stories at a campfire, and they're like, "All right, Billy, now you go." And he's like, "Well, all right, I'm gonna tell you this real scary one about Mr. Voorhees." And I've never done that. I don't think that's a thing that happens in real life, but I would love the opportunity to have a couple brews, a little smoke break, sit around the fire. Like, all right, Dale, do you have a scary story that you can pull right out of your ass? Man, I would love the opportunity. That'd be so much fun. You've never done that, right? That's not a thing.
I have. I have. I went camping a few times with my dad and his girlfriend and their family, and we would do that. It wasn't as formal and intense and cool as Are You Afraid of the Dark, right? But like eventually we're all sitting around the fire. That happens. And it's never, it's always somebody that like forces the issue. Like, come on, let's tell a scary story. That'll be fun. Somebody tell a scary story around the campfire. And then somebody does. It wasn't cool. Like, it wasn't cool like the show, but it happened. That would be really neat. And you could live stream it.
Yeah, you have to. So when the X-Man does come, if
catch him on Twitch,
you get those hits, you know.
Oh, X-Man, you gotta wear pants or it's not gonna, we'll pull it off my channel.
Hey, thanks for the sub. Oh, I see it's an Amazon Prime sub. Thanks for that anyway, I guess. That's a free one. Whatever. Yeah. I love Twitch for that bullshit.
X-Man, your dick can't be out on my Twitch.
X-Man. There's a separate channel called Tub Girls for that.
I have a problem with speaking of big supervillain penises.
Yes, I'm glad we're getting into it.
In Superman and Batman v Superman, when they make the Doomsday Zod zombie thing, that is really just the Hulk from Avengers, basically. he doesn't have a penis, and it should probably be big, you know. And there's just nothing there, just like a flat spot.
Oh, Ken doll action.
Yeah.
That's why he's so mad. Why do you think he's so angry?
Where's my penis? Yeah, that's why he's pissed.
That's my ghost story. And he's in the bushes shouting, "Where's my penis?"
You can't do this. Not after I played baseball for the first time in 2 years all day yesterday. Ah, it hurts. Yeah, my tummy hurts from all them swings. Yeah, taking them big old hacks.
Some muscles that haven't gotten action in about 12 years going, whoa.
Yeah, the other muscles were good.
Whoa.
And then the ones I forgot about. Ooh.
Your obliques are killing you.
Yeah. Ooh, good golly. And then like muscles under your ribs. There's like muscles in the. You're like, that's muscle there? I didn't even know. I thought that was just bone. I didn't even know what that was. Yeah, you can't. Oh, you hit me with a good one. And where's my penis? And you just hear drip, drip, drip. Good Lord. We could bring that back, I think. You could bring it back. I can't. I won't. I can't bring it back.
I think I'll try to bring it back in some fashion. It starts with going camping. Starts with leaving the house.
That's a good point. Is how often do folks go camping these days? You know, you got to have the campfire. Although a lot of people have the backyard fire pits, and that's not the same. But
It's not.
If you live in one of these hillbilly towns and there's like, you know, your property butts up against the woods or something like Mike's dad's house. Like that.
And that's when your ghost story is about the neighbors. It's like, you know, they had a third son, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know about little Jeremy. Well, let me tell you. God damn, I'd have so much fun.
You know they won't get vaccinated, right? Can you imagine
That's
what's
terrifying.
crawling around in their bodies right now?
I talked to them an hour ago without masks. This is terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the masks. The masks are going away. I don't have to wear them at work anymore, which is interesting. More and more stores that you don't have to wear the masks. We're starting to, I guess we're turning that corner. Fucking nuts.
You know what I do? I go into the place. There's a sign, I wear it. If there's no sign, I look around and I see, is the staff that's around the people on the floor of whatever this establishment is, are they wearing a mask? And if they are, I wear it because I don't want them to be suffering alone. So, suffering, I use that loosely. They're not really suffering, but
Interesting.
I figure if the business wants those people wearing the masks, I can wear it too. It's not a big deal.
Well, a lot of places, if you're vaxxed, you're good to go. If you're not vaxxed, they do ask you to wear the mask. So if you see half and half in a place, it's because the mask people, maybe they're waiting for their second shot, or maybe they're one of these hillbilly anti-vaxxers.
Well, Dale,
that's how it is here anyway.
I'll tell you how it is here. If you have to be vaccinated to not wear a mask, there's no way for them to verify this when you walk through the door.
Right.
So what it really means is nobody wear your mask, because the people who are masked, I just told you, if I go in and I see the sign is up or the staff is masked, I'll mask up. I'm vaccinated. The people that aren't masking up and are anti-vaxxers, they're not going to wear a mask.
Right.
They're not scared of this.
I know. I meant like the employees, though.
Oh,
a lot of businesses say, employees, if you are vaxxed, you're good to go. If you are not vaxxed, we do ask you to wear your fucking masks for now. Thank you. Goodbye. So if you see employees like half and half,
right,
that's going to be the reason why.
Well, Steve's not here today, so if he's not here, I'm just not fucking wearing my mask. You can't make me wear it.
If the fucking mask police isn't here, I'm totally not wearing this mask.
I think it's stupid. I don't even think it's real.
Yeah. I don't know anybody except for like 12 people who had it. And only 3 of them died. So what the? Come on.
Yeah, what is the big deal?
Come on. This is my summer. This is my summer.
Yeah, I thought about that too. I'm like, oh, cool. I don't have to wear a mask. then I thought, all these people that I'm around that are not wearing masks, I guarantee they're not vaccinated because they weren't wearing masks before there was a vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're just, well, the vaccine is here. I don't have to wear a mask anymore. We beat it.
And I am still kind of nervous about getting it because, newsflash, folks, most of you know this because you're smart. You listen to the best podcast in the world. Just because you're vaxxed does not make you immune from COVID-19. It just helps you bigly. It helps you. So I'm out here without my mask. There's a small chance I get that shit. Now, the reason I don't mask up often, at least at work, and it's because we're not in the heat of it anymore. If I did catch the Chinese virus, the hospitals aren't fucking overloaded. I can get treatment very, very easily right now because it's not, the record numbers.
Certainly.
The tragedy that we lived through. So that's my playbook. So there's the inner workings of how I'm going about my life that nobody asked for.
Yeah, I've definitely been in situations not masked up, and I'm vaccinated. I've already had it. I'll be okay. I just worry about, I just wish more people would want to get the vaccine. I'm still sort of not surprised, but disappointed in how many people are waiting to say they're waiting to get it. They're really not going to get it. But they're also the same people that are like, I'm not getting the flu shot. Just gives you the flu. Those fucking dum-dums that you've been hearing your whole life. They're the same people. I don't even think most of them are they're not anti-vaxxers. They're just like, I'll be fine. I don't get sick hardly ever.
I don't believe in food poisoning.
I work in the sewers and it's so dirty. I've had everything, which I've literally heard that before.
I said Ninja Turtles.
And they're not going to go out of their way to get it. I don't think they're scared of it. They just don't care and they think they'll be fine. So why bother? But you've got people out in the population that are immunocompromised and can't get it, or they get the vaccine and it only gives them some of the antibodies that someone else would get because their bodies don't create them the same way, It's just, if everyone would get it, it would just make everything would just be so much better for everybody. I really think so. I had a lady say she was canceling her trip to Disney because someone's going to catch her coughing and then tell her she has to leave because she has emphysema. So if they see me cough, they'll kick me out. And I'm like, you just didn't want to go to Disney. That's how that is.
That's your out.
Yeah. That's your out. You got it.
I'm always coughing, and they're not gonna like that. And God forbid I sneeze. Oh, I'm just not gonna go.
Yeah.
I wish I could have played that card when I was 13. I had to go to Disney World by myself.
They just put you on a plane. Like
Although I was with adults.
Oh.
It was adults and me. And I'm like, awesome. I can't wait. Hey, Mickey, where you going? I need a friend. I don't have any friends here.
Yeah,
Boy,
and you're the
that's
wrong
worst.
age.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong age. 13-year-old. And before Disney had cool shit for like normal age people.
Yeah.
9
or 10's great for that, but after that, solo boy action, it's not going to work.
Yeah, and
that's the name of this episode, solo boy action. No, I'm not. I won't.
The algorithm. We'll have so many new fans that we don't want. So many new fans that we don't want.
We have so many options. The X-Man cometh.
You're talking pre-Star Wars, pre-Marvel.
Oh, by decades.
Jeez, you're just.
It was Splash Mountain
world after all.
Yeah, it's just me going, woo, Splash Mountain. He's talking about cum. I get it now. Once you hit the bottom of a mountain, you're like, oh shit, I see what's going on here. Oldest ride, longest line.
Space Mountain.
Space
At
Mountain.
the bottom of Splash Mountain. That's so much better if it was that. Splash. Once you hit the bottom, You gotta be all wet in the face. Splash.
Got too many mountains over there.
Yeah, they goddamn right they do. Did you go on Space Mountain?
I did go on Space Mountain.
It's so lame.
It's extremely lame.
You just go in a circle in the dark.
Mm-hmm. And it just feels incomplete.
That's like some hillbilly shit, like in a barn. You're like at the fair. Like, oh, come on.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, y'all. You're beyond outer space. Close your eyes. It's dark in here.
We got black lights with some stars around there. You like it.
I'm going to spin you round and round. I'm going to spin you round and round. You're in space. $48.
Now, Splash Mountain, that's one you just go up
Come on,
in
you
a
should
log.
Go indoors for that one. Go upstairs in my room.
Then you go down, they take a picture. And most people show their titties. I love that. I love standing around the TV. We're like, oh, that's our pictures. What's on this other TV? Oh, some titties.
Oh, good. Lord, is that really a thing?
Yeah, well, absolutely.
You're like, I was 13. I remember every titty.
I was like, this is lunacy.
You didn't really see a ton of that at like Great America. And they would throw your ass. Great America had the most conservative dress code of any business establishment I remember in my life.
Really?
Yes. Girls couldn't wear like certain thing, like, oh, that top it was like a school in Florida. Like, oh, you can't wear that top to school. What about your dirty pillows? They're very conservative with all that shit. One time my cousin tried to wear a Metallica shirt in there, and they said it was too violent and inappropriate.
Wow.
And they made him either go. He was like, I'll just flip it inside out. And they're like, no, you won't. You'll buy this shirt that's just gray and says Great America for $37.
Motherfuckers.
Or you'll hope you have another shirt in the car. So he said, okay, I do. And he went to the car and flipped his shirt inside out and came back.
He was like, I had this black one.
Yeah, right. But they were like, you can't take your shirt off. Like, good Lord.
What?
Like, guys couldn't be shirtless. Girls couldn't have, like, little bikini tops or anything remotely bikini tops like. And they would, like, police it.
I don't remember that. I didn't really remember looking out for it. That's wild to me.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Do you think it's still like that?
Yes,
There's no way.
I bet it is. I bet it is. They've got to be. I bet they're run by some right-wing Christian think tank or something.
It's that old bald guy from the commercials. Just like, please put your shirt back on.
No, he's like,
you cannot be topless.
I want to see titties. And they're like, oh, we got to get rid of this guy.
He's like, I just really fucking hate Metallica. I'm a Led Zeppelin guy.
I almost got to ride a roller coaster for free for a commercial over and over again, but you had to have a plain shirt on with no logos, no like brand logos. So I was fucked. I had some shirt. It was like a sock shirt.
Oh, you were already there?
Yeah. Yeah. So it was a park it wasn't Kings Island, but it was around there. It was a park over there somewhere. And they had just gotten their first hyper coaster, which in the 2000s, that was like the rage to call a roller coaster a hyper coaster. Which just meant
what does that mean? Fast?
It was it has to have an over 200-foot drop, and it has to go over X amount of miles per hour, 70 or something. Or maybe that, not even 70, 60. Because 70, I think, is pretty fast.
That's pretty
fast.
It
was called the Mamba. And this park wasn't really big. It had some other rides. Nothing like super cool. This was like the only cool roller coaster they had. And it had just come out. And we had ridden it a few times. And they're like, hey, if you guys want to ride it like 5 times in a row and be in a commercial, we're doing that now. And I think we were already in the line. And at some point, I don't think somebody stopped us. I think they gave us a waiver you had to read or something. And like signed a release to be in the commercial. And it was like, you got to have a plain shirt with nothing on it. And we're like, well, that eliminates all of these people. I don't know who's going to be in your commercial.
Except for the poor kid who's like, I've got this plain Hanes t-shirt we got from Kmart's. My poorness is finally coming through for me. You should have just pulled your cousin's move and just be like, whoop, flip, flop.
Yeah, I mean, it was...
Billy bop.
wasn't that cool of a roller coaster. It was
God
cool,
damn.
but we'd already
Shame.
been on it a bunch of times. It was fun. I've been on a lot of those. I missed out, man. I'm out of the roller coaster game.
Your body would fall apart at the end of a roller coaster.
2002 maybe was the last time I was on a roller coaster. 2003, maybe 2003. And you're right. Yeah, I would totally. There were roller coasters as a teenager. I'd be sore the next day. I would probably literally die.
We'd literally have to stretch.
Yeah,
like we'd literally have to prep for it.
Yeah,
God damn. It'd be after at the end of the ride when it like rolls back into the loading dock. We'd have to like pick you up piece by piece like a Lego boy that fell apart. There's his neck and shoulder.
Wave your Harry Potter wand at me. Just put me back together. There were some I want to go on though. They have one that's got a 400-foot drop at Cedar Point in Ohio. 400. I think it's 420.
I love these ones where they're just like you just fall.
Yeah,
you just fall, and then the pistons and all that the pressure saves you. But you just fall.
You hope it's supposed to.
I know, like that's at every carnival. The one that just goes straight up and it's like a circular disc, and then it just fucking drops, and then you just hope that pressure and the hydraulics are working that day.
Yeah, I don't fuck with the carnival ones that do that.
Or you're dead. Yeah, that's always super scary to me.
Yeah. It's just too, I don't know. And those beat you up the worst. The carnival rides are the worst. It's like, hold on to this leather strap. It's going to be a bumpy ride. You're just banging all around. There's like no cushioning. I went to one of those with Teddy when he was like 5, where it's like, I forget what they call it. There's like 2 pods, one on either end. And so like there's like 2 groups, either 2 rider pairs, and it spins all the way around, but the pods spin on a different axis, like tumble back and forth on a different axis while it's going upside down on the like a wheel, and that thing was just beating me around like a clothes dryer. And I'm trying to like hold him in place, and I'm just getting all smashed around. Like, yeah, it was fun, wasn't it? It was pretty cool. So I don't fuck with the carnival ones, but even like the Six Flags ones, yeah, I bet those would jack me up these days.
You know what's safe though? Splash Mountain. Woo!
Splash. Ugh, can you imagine what's in all that water?
Yeah.
Splash.
Dun 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 dun.
It's Splash
Disney
Mountain.
AIDS. Oh yeah, we both
God.
had one.
Yeah, we did. It was close.
Hey, we're gonna put up a poll. Which verse did you guys like better? Facebook.com/Not Like This Podcast.
1-800-MTV rocks. Call now.
I know it's early in the show.
Yeah, it is.
But motherfuckers, please hit up the Patreon because the episodes that we have coming out, they might be out right now. Actually, as I look at the calendar,
They're up.
God damn. So the wrestling one was a bit of an experiment. I didn't know how it would go. I thought it'd be all right, and it exceeded my expectations. The wrestling rabbit hole for Patreon is wrestling pet peeves. WrestlePavia. One, because there's probably going to be a few more down the road because we ran out pretty fucking quick. I was like, oh shit, it's already an hour. And that was fun. It wasn't, full of just, hate and complaining, but that was a fun one. The movie, because it was May, it's May and it's Jim's birthday month and he wanted to do Superman movie. I was like, we're going to watch the bad one. And I was like, all right, cool. He's a Superman 4. Superman 4, you got it, buddy. You fucking got it. And I'm watching it. I'm doing a pre-watch. And I'm waiting for Richard Pryor to show up. There is no Richard Pryor in part 4. That's part 3. So we watched Superman, The Quest for Peace. The worst Superman movie of them all. And man, that is an extremely entertaining Patreon episode. So if you're on the fence on getting those, this is probably the month to do it. because those episodes were fucking fantastic. And thank you to our Patreon subscribers. We love you very much.
Yes, we appreciate your support, and we love doing those shows for you. And Dale said he'll do Superman 4 again just because he had so much fun. He did say that. Say that. There's a. Why the fuck did they make this? What's that podcast called? How did this get made?
It says, "Hey, why are you afraid of the dark?"
Yeah, they did one on Superman 3, and when you listen to it, you would probably think, "Wow, has to be the worst of all superhero movies." And then there's Superman 4. And dare I say, it's not even close.
Yeah.
How much worse Superman 4 is than any other Superman movie that has ever been created.
And what makes that interesting and what made our experience interesting is I've never seen a movie do this. Like, some movies are bad, they are what they are. This movie continues to gradually get worse and worse, scene by scene, line by line. Yes. And it's so consistently a downward spiral. I've never seen that. I've seen some peaks and valleys, but overall it's a bad movie. This just kept going down. It's wild.
Yeah, it is abysmal. It is abysmal. And it really is. It's just sad that was the last time we got to see Christopher Reeve play Superman.
Yeah, that is
That's
true.
not how you want to go out. That is your Ric Flair comes back to TNA in 2010.
I think that's the
but 100 times worse than
last movie for Margot Kidder as well.
Unfortunately, I don't think it was. It wasn't Christopher Reeve's last movie either. This is the last time It was the last time for 20 years anyone was brave enough to make a Superman movie, because they're like, well, what was the last one like? No, yeah, we're not doing that. We can't make another one. Maybe we get Nicolas Cage to wear long hair and pink tights. Like, well, I guess it'll be better than 4. Okay, go next door. He's going next door.
I'm going to Club 390. They have $5 beer and burger. I'll be back.
I love that you're trying to do a little bit, but you know the specials.
There's always some truth in my art.
Yeah, that's the best kind. This is the best kind. Oh.
Speaking of cinematic misfires,
of which there are many.
I saw this headline and it made me laugh. And it's from Collider.com. And it's simply this: JJ Abrams acknowledges it probably would have been better if they'd approached the Star Wars sequel trilogy with a plan. And
now,
I love that.
I love that headline. I thought it was fake when I saw it, but that's real?
Yeah, I mean, the official headline is JJ Abrams reflects on Star Wars and when it's critical to have a plan. So a little editorializing on my end.
No,
yeah.
but
that's what the article's about. And he's just like, yeah, we should have, I think there's nothing more important than knowing where you're going. Like, those are the lines that he's said. And that's still so bizarre. And I know we've talked about the Star Wars movies forever and ever, but the fact that they went into those movies without a plan is just mind-boggling to me. There's so many people.
There had to have been a plan
to
in the
greenlight this
right?
stuff. Yeah, make 3.
Okay. Well, that was
the plan.
Part of a plan, I guess.
And I remember arguing because there were rumors like they don't really have a plan over there, and I'm like, there's no way. You do not make a Star Wars trilogy without at least, the main beats and this, that, where you're going. And I was wrong. I was dead wrong. And that's so sad still. God damn.
I don't know, I don't know if it's disappointing or disconcerting or anything, but let's take a step back to Superman 4 and Supergirl. So Supergirl came out in 1984, and that was supposed to be their we're gonna spin off a new franchise. That was like their, what would it be? That was like their Punisher to Daredevil, or what I'm getting
spin-off.
at. It's just like a spin-off, but they had high hopes. It had a $35 million budget in 1984, which is
whoa.
a lot of money.
That's a lot now.
Yeah. $35 million.
A Purge movie cost $1.5 million.
It made $5 million.
This is Supergirl?
Supergirl. One day you'll have to watch it. I'm not saying soon. I'm not saying when.
I'll tell you when. Next May, motherfucker.
But you'll have
that's the only time I'm letting that.
You'll have to watch it. You'll have to watch it.
You have to watch it, Steven. It's my birthday.
It's my birth month. You have to do it. It's really bad, right? Superman 4 had like $17 million budget and made like, I don't know, $5 million. Terrible. You know, they're considered awful movies. And a lot of people don't like the new Star Wars for certain reasons and like them for other reasons or whatever. But they made $9 trillion and they had no plan and they didn't have to be cohesive. Like none of that mattered in the bottom line. It didn't matter. They still made a shit ton of money.
Yep.
So how do you punish that?
Well,
maybe punish is the wrong word, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, and it made a lot of money and all that, of course, but it could have made more. So I think, you know, those people are going to be punished. Like, they're not really going to go to JJ Abrams for that sort of stuff. What's the other guy that everyone hates now?
Ryan Johnson?
No.
Well,
yeah, but...
Wasn't it JJ, Ryan JJ?
What's the Buffy guy? He didn't have anything to do with those?
Joss Whedon? No.
He didn't have... Well, that's good, at least.
No, I hope... I certainly hope not. No,
but they're definitely in Disney and Marvel jail over there. Ryan Johnson and JJ. Because it could have been like, yeah, we're going to have cameos. We're going to have Luke. We're going to have the older guy. We'll have a ghost lady. And these cute little owl-looking creatures. Like, what?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
You drank the blue milk.
That's fine. I still think that's... Like, if
I like that. That's like the only good thing that came out of all three of them is the blue milk.
If that's the movie we're getting, like, fine. Just give me the milk then. If you're just
yeah, it's
saggy titties.
So, but is that JJ sort of throwing shade too? Because is he trying to say other people must not have had a plan? I mean, I'm just directing the thing. It's just my vision on the screen, but I'm not in charge of the whole shit.
Yeah, and that is essentially what he's saying. It's a guy who's been involved in a number of projects where in most cases, you know, they have the ideas that begin the thing where you feel like you know where it's going to go, and sometimes... So yeah, he's, of course, kind of passing the buck.
Episodes 5 and 6 had different directors, but that whole... The first 6 Star Wars movies and all the shit in between that we got, you know, cartoon-wise or whatever, that was all George Lucas's doing. For better or worse.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you miss when you're bringing back a big legacy franchise like this with diehard fans without the guy, and the guy doesn't really want to bring it back anyway. You know, like Terminator 2, that's James Cameron all the way. He's driving that truck the whole way. So you know, it's
and
not even just one person's vision, but it's like pretty clear what he wants to do. Those early Star Wars movies were the same way. And you know, like Peter Jackson didn't write Lord of the Rings, the books.
Yeah.
They had
George R. R. Martin did.
Gwildor, you mean? I had that realization the other day that he's basically just, when I do his voice in my head, it's Gwildor from Masters of the Universe.
That's funny.
Well, I needed to have titties in there because I didn't have them growing up, so I put them in my book.
Chicken bones.
Chicken bones and breasts. So he's Gwildor. But it seemed like Peter Jackson had a singular vision for how those movies were going to be, and that worked out. And when you're doing Star Wars again, who was still involved? Like, was it Kathleen Kennedy and like who?
Yeah.
I feel like there were like 7 people that were in charge of making sure that was good. And then now Disney owns it, and who knows what they're doing with it. It wasn't just like JJ Abrams was like, I have a vision for the next 3 Star Wars movies.
And it's stupid, and we'll get past this because we've done this before for the most part. But like they didn't have a Kevin Feige to be like, here's the plan.
Right.
Go get it, guys. I'm the coach. Go make plays. 1, 2, 3, team. Like they didn't have that. Kathleen Kennedy was that. And I guess she did not do a good job. Man, she's a villain. She's a villain for a lot of people. And you mentioned the George's prequel trilogy, and he at least had that planned out more than the new trilogy, because he was like, all right, the first one he'll be a little boy, the second one older, the adventures with Obi-Wan, and then the third one he turns into Vader. So like he had more of a plan with his shitty movies than the new one that had so much firepower behind it. And that's what a gross misstep. Here's my question though. Not even if, but when do you think we get a new Star Wars trilogy?
Oh, like and we'll like episodes 10, 11,
I don't know.
12 or whatever.
Maybe 10, 11, 12. Maybe they go fucking negatives. I don't know. But there will be a trilogy. But when?
I say not for a while. I'm gonna say, so when the Last Jedi came out in 2018? Or not Last Jedi, the Skywalker Ranch. What's the last one called? We're all these Skywalkers here.
The Rise of the Skywalks.
Right. That was 2018, 2019, around there. I'm gonna say we don't get another one that is
19.
That is like solidly, obviously just a main menu entree Star Wars movie until 2030.
I was gonna say 2030. You fuck.
Well, then great minds think alike.
God,
We didn't plan this.
Terrible drama.
You know what I mean? Like they might do some weird Wookiee movie or something, and they'll have their shows and all that shit. But a real like Rogue One is not a meat and potatoes entree Star Wars movie, whatever they're gonna call them.
Wow, that was like a made-for-TV Star Wars movie.
Yeah, they I don't know if they can't really do a Rogue One 2 because we know how it ends. Sort of like Rogue the prequel 2. Trilogy. He knew where it had to go. Like it can't really go past the first movie.
And not to go too far with the fantasy booking, but I think they'll probably go away from the Skywalker stuff and the Vader stuff for the most part. I'm sure they'll find some ham-fisted way to get it in a little bit. But if they would give me a trilogy of Knights of the Old Republic or some of the extended universe stuff that people like, I think that's ripe for it. Or they could just do something new. But that universe, covers thousands of years of history. Jedi and Sith, all that kind of stuff. You got a lot. Like you can give us Darth Plagueis, you can give us all this kind of bullshit. Like you can do that.
Or you could go forward too. You don't have to go back. You could go forward 1,000 years or something. To
the right now, because the Star Wars that was in a galaxy far, far away a long fucking time ago, like the title credits say.
Ooh.
So
it's brilliant. No one's ever thought of this. Yeah, what if they end up in our world?
Chicken bones.
Wow, I can have this little synthesizer. I can bring you to Earth. No, I've heard this before. It's a good thing I have perfect pitch. Have we mentioned that I have perfect pitch? Have we mentioned that this is not even the worst movie that Canon will produce this year by a long shot?
Yeah, we did a little Canon double feature for Patreon. Yeah, Masters of the Universe and then
Masters of the Universe and Superman 4, The Quest for Peace.
Year of the Lord.
Superman 4, thank God. Pro wrestling is hot in 1987.
Nuclear.
Someone's got to watch some. Yeah, oh God. Nuclear.
I wish Teddy was still there so before he went to the strip club so I could ask him.
Who's Jack?
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Damn, he sounded swole.
My home next door. I'll be back tomorrow. School's out for summer.
Because Fortnite, they're always adding the new characters. What was it, Predator?
Mm-hmm.
Recently, that's one. Apparently, they're doing a character named Kelsier from the Mistborn series of books, which is a fantasy series. And it's such a odd, niche choice to be in this popular pop culture video game. I was like, hang on. Mm-hmm. This fucking nerdy fantasy book. You've got a character from that in Fortnite. And hang on now. Not even the main character in that series by a little bit.
I don't get it.
It's a weird one. And I did do a little digging. Apparently Brandon Sanderson, who wrote the Mistborn series, he's buddies with like the Fortnite like director or whatever the fuck. But still,
yeah,
that's a crazy favor to pull if that's all that was happening.
Yeah, I mean that's a big deal. Like imagine if you've written like some blockbuster action trilogy, and I'm still just here. I'm like, hey man, you get my song in there? Yeah, you got good songs. You got good songs. Yeah, I can't. There's just so many.
Good songs.
So many songs though. It's just hard. I can't really. I mean, thanks for calling though. I'm glad we could catch up.
Except for this would be like, oh hey, yeah, long time, Jim. Yeah, right. Yeah, your songs. Yeah, good songs. Every song is going to be one of your songs. The main theme. Like, it's such a crazy fucking favor to pull. It's huge. Good for them, though. And good for those kids. Maybe they'll pick up a goddamn book.
They won't. I'm sure of it. I remember a time before the officially licensed things were happening, though. Like, when Fortnite had blown up, but it wasn't to maximum blow up levels, and they had John Wick in the game, but didn't call him John Wick. He was called like
J-Dub.
Something, the Boogeyman, or he was called something.
That's funny. Pencil fella.
Yeah, they couldn't get fucked over with licensing. And then it came full circle, and they officially have a license, like John Wick, the actual character in the game.
I remember Thanos being the first one that I remember.
Yep, and that was for real. That was legit. That was a Avengers tie-in, and they did the Predator one, Terminator one. They've done a bunch, and I think maybe they have done some other obscure ones. I remember there was a time where there were a lot of mechs that you could like climb into. Like maybe there was some fucking weird Gundam tie-in or some shit, and just my kids didn't even know what it was, so they didn't tell me what it was called. But yeah, then they brought John Wick back as like official as the character named John Wick, and they had the Continental Hotel was like in the map and everything. So yeah, so when I showed Teddy John Wick the first one, he knew the lore already from Fortnite, which was neat.
That's pretty cool. However, we got to smarten these kids up.
Yeah, like you said, get them to read books. Sure, books. Yeah, maybe we could get Pony Boy in there. Or the Outsiders. Do a whole Outsiders. Can you imagine if you try to it's The Giver. Everything's gray this month. Except this one kid who's getting a boner and he doesn't know why.
It's like, oh, I'm going to play Kurtz from Heart of Darkness. Who are you going to?
I'll be Piggy. Which Lord of the Flies character will you be? Oh, get them to read. Read a book.
Get these goddamn kids to read.
Dale's always looking out for the kids, making sure they're reading.
I'm trying. I mean, they're easier to distract when they got their heads down into a book.
There's not a, I don't think they've done a wrestling one, have they?
Fortnite?
Yeah.
You'd know better than I would.
Okay.
It's never crossed my path. That never crossed my radar. No. Who would it be? It's got, it'd have to be John Cena.
Yeah, and you're in the favorite, Randy Orton, because he's a big shot.
I guess
Triple H would force his way in there some way.
Yeah. You know what, brother? I think it's time for the Hulkamaniac to run wild on Fortnite.
No, it isn't. Sorry, sir. Not gonna do it. Then people will Google you. They'll remember you and Google you, and then we'll be.
Oh, but they can't use my my work name or my shoot name, brother. It's like, what are they gonna call you? They're gonna call me Sushi Man. Ugh, I ate too much sushi. Every sex tape should include what they had for dinner and how they're feeling about it.
I ate too much sushi. Fuck. Look, call me Sushi Man.
Oh.
It won't be him. It'll just be his character from No Holds Barred or like Suburban Commando. That would have been a movie that would have, if that came out now, that would have a Fortnite tie-in for sure.
Oh, hell yeah. I wonder, do you think that's something that they could reboot with like a newer wrestler and make it kind of good?
I mean, I guess they could. I don't see why not, but it really was the Hulk Hogan movie.
That was the Christopher Lloyd movie.
Well, sure.
For me.
I mean, you had to have
You're a dead man, Ramsey.
An actual actor in there to do the acting parts and stuff. But I don't know. See, to me, that was Hogan had done No Holds Barred, and that was bleh. But he was a big star, and he was going to do more movies. It was just, it was inevitable, like The Rock. It's inevitable that he will be doing movies. Except people have seen The Rock's movies a lot more. He's a way bigger star, arguably, overall, but definitely in Hollywood for sure. Definitely in movies, he's a way bigger star. So I don't think there is a wrestler now that requires that. You know, I don't think there's a wrestler now where it's he's too big. We don't know what else to do with them. Put him in a movie. It would be like forcing it. Like, well, we want to reboot this thing that had a wrestler in it. Let's get another wrestler for it. You know what I mean? It's like the flip-flop.
Yeah, I'd say flop flip it. Get a wrestler to play the Christopher Lloyd role. Give me Christopher Lloyd as the Ramsey role.
Yeah, there you go.
He's like, I'm tired of being frozen.
Hey, brother.
Let me tell you something, dude. All right, let's plug it up for real and mosey on out. First, I want to set a little teaser for next episode. We're going to kick off the show next week with a controversial opinion that I hold. So that's why I'm not bringing it up late in the game here. So we'll kick off next week's show with, and I have no idea how Jim's going to respond to it. So we'll kick off the show hot and heavy next week. So make sure to check out that episode. As far as plugs go, obviously hit up that Patreon.
Yes.
.com/notlikethis. The fucking episodes are just, we're hitting them hard, and they're so good lately. I mean, they're always good, but goddamn, what a two for this month.
And there's so many in the backlog now for you.
Yeah, just waiting for you, saying, hey, we're over here for you. So check that out. And of course, I post these episodes on Facebook.com/notlikeThisPodcast.
Dad Bod has another show coming up. In the month of June, we have a show Saturday, June 26th. You can see Dad Bod live at Hailstorm Brewery in Tinley Park, Illinois. We'll it's looking like 6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, they close a little early.
Close at 10, I think. So
early to bed, early to bed,
late to bed the next day.
I'll tell you, the tasty brews they have there will put you to sleep because they got that very tasty Vlad the Impaler, real strong one. So you'll be asleep by 10 whether you want to or not.
That's kind of creepy. I like it.
Vlad, blah, you're going to sleep. Blah.
Vlad.
I'm Vlad.
You can check out all of the upcoming details on Facebook.com/DadBodLive. You can join the Dad Bod Facebook group and get in on the action and chat and discuss and talk about what songs you want to see. And what your favorite moment was at a Dad Bod show.
That's the group to be in, because I'm in there acting a fool in that group because there's nobody to moderate me.
It's me. It's me, and I just let him off the loosh.
Splash Mountain.
Off the loosh.
All right, this is off the rails here.
Yeah.
That's going to do it for episode 178. Thank you for listening. I'm the X-Man.
Splash Space Mountain.